On QUTV News this week, SGA is implementing changes that will affect the student body.
And QU extends an important deadline for students. Find out which one.
And find out how you can protect yourself in the event of active shooter situations on campus.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Shane McAdams.
And I'm Taylor King.
206 students have opted out of Quincy University's emergency alert notification system. This is the only way that QU can quickly contact students in the event of a crisis situation. QUTV reporter Ashlyn Worley tells us what this means for campus security.
The students who opted out of receiving emergency alerts are putting themselves at risk.
Usually one of my friends already knows something that I don't, so I really have to rely on them instead of already opting in, which I should have.
The majority of students who opted in agree it is important.
Let's say you're in class and there's an active shooter, like what happened in Florida, then you will get that alert.
Many students feel safe but unprepared for a crisis situation on campus.
We should have a rundown course or go through some drills so we know what to do.
QU Director of Security trains students and staff to run, hide, or fight when facing danger.
And at that point in time, you don't have anything to lose. So if it's me, I'm going down swinging.
Professor Kramer, a retired police officer, commends QU for having an emergency alert system already set in place.
That communication plan is absolutely essential.
Fill out this Google form found in an email from the Dean of Students and be sure to opt in.
Quincy University Security, this is Sam.
The university encourages everyone to sign up for the alert that could save your life.
Of course, you're going to know how to run, hide, stay put, and fight back, but you don't actually know what it's like until you actually experience it.
QU is partnering with the Quincy Police Department in April to hold an active shooter training course you will not want to miss. I'm Ashlyn Worley, QUTV News, Quincy.
If you're still unsure how to opt in and receive emergency alerts, you can visit the Dean of Students office for additional guidance.
QU recently received a $25,000 grant from the Marion Gardner Jackson Charitable Trust. The grant aids in the upgrade of renovation of the environmental students' lab and classroom. The environmental class uses the lab to study zebrafish and California slugs because of the simple nervous systems. Students maintain a saltwater tank for the slugs while properly testing and documenting their work. The renovated classroom is being used to support the science program that has tripled in enrollment since 2011.
You may soon see a lot of activity on campus in a few weeks. Quincy University is set to host its annual Discovery Day on Saturday, March 24th. Guests will receive a grand tour of campus and meet professors and coaches who are relevant in their interests. Discovery Day gives prospective students a glimpse of what QU life is really like.
The new SGA administration is already changing the way they do things on campus. New leaders are reaching out to commuter students, and there is a renewed call for more senators. QUTV reporter Lauren Beeman has the story.
The 2018 SGA administration launched its term with the first ever inaugural banquet. The Night of Excellence honored student governments past, present, and future.
Through this event and honoring the faculty that has influenced the student government members, the administration, the leaders on campus, and it's a night to appreciate leadership and the influence of government on an organization.
Highlights included a speech by exiting President Gino Gravetti, dinner by Chartwells, and keynote speaker Mark Schuring. Faculty advisor John Doctor believes the banquet was the first step in improving communication between SGA and its constituents.
This event at least begins to hopefully change the culture of the SGA and of the student body, that this is the voice of the student body. And it's important for the student body to use the SGA.
The banquet tonight marks a formal transition of power from the old SGA administration to the new. And I can tell you, standing here right now, the climate is one of change. As you can see behind me, both faculty and students have gathered together to celebrate a night of excellence. The incoming leaders have already started drafting legislation to improve campus life by increasing commuter student involvement.
Moving forward, we really want SGA to be more intentional about trying to understand what the students need. And me as vice president actually have taken a step forward along with one of the other senators to really try to involve the commuters.
The administration under co-presidents Argana and Abigail Moore will hold office until elections in November 2018. Lauren Beeman, QUTV News, Quincy.
Students interested in joining SGA may attend informal meetings or can apply to fill out one of the 3 remaining student Senate seats. Coming up, we have the latest on how you can complete your service hours this semester.
And later in the show, we have a recap of your latest sports and a new club on campus that allows students to serve themselves.
I took my first handful of pills, and that's when all my priorities seemed to change.
He would ask to use the bathroom in other people's homes.
He just assumed that they would have medication.
He'd go in their medicine cabinets and steal prescription drugs.
I wish I knew really what these prescription pills were.
We were so naive about the whole drug thing.
These are all synthetic forms of heroin.
Keep your medication locked up because you'll never notice that a pill is gone.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Idle hands. They say they're the devil's workshop. Easy targets. Quick to kill time. But give idle hands something to do, a place to go, a purpose. And they're capable of amazing things.
Welcome back. Service learning hours are a requirement for graduation, and although the deadline for this semester has passed, it may not be too late. QUTV reporter Abigail Moore explains how you have a little bit more time left to give back to the community.
Spring is on the way, and that means not only rain and flowers, but renewing scholarships for the fall semester. Whether you are a Franciscan Service Scholar or working your required service learning hours, it's time to mark those hours down. More than 70 students have yet to turn in their Franciscan Service Hour packets to campus ministry.
Actually, the deadline was last week, but we've extended a little bit because a lot of people were out of town, games and contests and stuff like that. So, we hope to have every single Franciscan Service Scholarship information in. They log their hours, they write a reflection paper, then they come in for about a 10 to 15 minute interview with some member of campus ministry.
Heilman says the process of interview and reflection is to affirm what the student has learned from their experience. This is because Quincy University embodies Franciscan values and service as its foundation.
St. Francis says it is in giving that you receive, and that is so true. Sometimes when you're giving, what you receive is so much greater.
Franciscan Service Scholars were to each complete a certain amount of service hours depending upon their class year.
Places that you can volunteer at in the community would be the Salvation Army, the American Red Cross, the Big Brother Big Sister Mentor Program, the Quincy Community Theater, United Way, Horizon Soup Kitchen. As you can see, the possibilities are absolutely endless, and all of these count towards service learning and Franciscan service hours. The students who work at the campus ministry office are there to help students with interviews and questions. Because they work in different areas of service, their focus is on students and their experience.
We're not able to be ourselves until we recognize how we can be for other people. So service is part of that, and especially at our age, at the college level, we're learning how to become more influential people in the world, and just really recognizing how we want to leave our mark. And so service is something that we can do to realize how we can leave that mark, but leave a good mark, not just any mark, but a good mark.
The campus ministry office is located on the first floor of Francis Hall. Abigail Moore, QUTV News, Quincy.
Your QU email is full of opportunities if you take the time to look. The Quest Center regularly sends out emails including internship possibilities in the Quincy area. Full-time and part-time employment jobs are also posted online for anyone looking to make a little extra money over the semester. Search your email for QU announcements to find regularly updated openings.
Sheltered animals need a place to call home and a lot of love. Now, thanks to a unique idea by a shelter in Galesburg, homeless animals are now feeling the love. CNN's Jeremy Roth shows you more.
Shelter dogs and cats are animals without a home, but one Illinois shelter's bright idea is making them feel right at home. The Knox County Humane Society no-kill shelter in Galesburg, Illinois is looking for old chairs. The idea is to make the animals feel comfortable while they wait to meet potential owners, and it is working. A video posted to Facebook of the pets enjoying chairs has racked up more than 14 million views. Since then, donations have been rolling in from all over the country. The shelter continues to work to find the pets a forever home, but for now, at least they're enjoying the best seats in the house.
Coming up next, we'll show you how a video game brought students together.
And why you may need to bring your raincoats back out for next week.
Your future is looking pretty good because there's still time to get the affordable quality education you really want at Quincy University. Choose from more than 40 different majors, and 98% of our students get financial aid. Plus, great academic scholarships are available. Apply online for free at quincy.edu.
Or call me. It's not too late to get an affordable, quality education close to home.
Come explore Quincy University.
Every year, tens of thousands of young people experience homelessness. If you or someone you know needs help, 1-800-RUNAWAY can provide support and connect you to the right resources. Together, we can end youth homelessness.
It took me a long time to be able to say Chandler has cancer, because that is such a scary word. St. Jude takes care of absolutely everything. And knowing that we don't have to pay for all of the medical expenses, that's huge.
St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
San Jude nos ha dado todo. Nos está dando la salud de nuestra princesa, y sin pagar nada.
St. Jude is uniquely positioned to advance the cures of pediatric cancer, I think better than any other institution in the world.
Donors are important to us because you get the feeling that you have a team behind you. We have the resources and we have the focus, and so if St. Jude doesn't do it, who will?
Competition at QU isn't limited to the court or field. QU kicked off its own video game tournament this past weekend. Keyline and Padua Halls sponsored a Madden 18 competition, which was held last weekend at the lower level student union. The tournament was a round-robin style with players dueling it out to see who makes it to the next round. 8 contestants clashed head-to-head until the champion was crowned. Participants who were eliminated cheered on in suspense to see who pulled out the victory. Shaq Russell was the tournament champion after scoring the lone touchdown of the game, as the final score was 7-0.
Some students are logging off and looking forward to sunshine and sand. Adam Myers here with your spring break forecast up next.
I'm
going to Destin, Florida with 3 of my best friends, and I'm really excited about it.
I know I'm ready for spring break. What about you guys?
Yeah, I am too, but I think Adam's missing the California weather right about now.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, California weather is paradise in comparison to this place. Sorry, but it's true. But anyways, we're going to take a look at what our headlines have for us this week. Right now, we're going to first take a look at our Winter Sunday that's going to be coming up on this Sunday, actually. And the snowstorm Quinn, which is affecting New England, as well as our 7-day forecast at the end. Right about now, it's 35 degrees with the wind chill being around 24, making it feel a little bit colder than what it actually is. It's a little sunny out there today with few clouds in the sky. But right now, the humidity is 61 with the wind hitting us at the west being 11, being the miles per hour. Right now, we're going to look. And here we have what we have. This is the sunset area where 7 p.m. we're going to be seeing those colder climates, those colder temperatures within the time. And so within the next couple of hours, we're going to be seeing those temperatures drop along with the sun. We're going to now, for you all going out on spring break to the West Coast, you can see that it's nice out there in 66 in Los Angeles, 70 in Phoenix, as well as 46 in Boise, Idaho, and 38 in Denver. It's a little cold over there, but it's still nice to witness those beautiful places. Now, we're going to take a look at our East Coast where we can see in 69 in Miami, 56 in Atlanta, but in New York it's 40 where they're getting affected by something called a nor'easter. Here we can take a look at our radar where we can see these winds are causing these clouds to be pushed all the way over from the west to the east. But we're going to take a closer look at what this nor'easter is, which is a snowstorm essentially for the New England. Now, it's called Snowstorm Quinn, and it's caused over 30 inches of snow within the area of Maine and Delaware and New York, where they caused millions without power. But for today, it's a nice drive, so if you go out there and have just a nice little drive, it's a perfect day. Sunny, it's mostly dry for the ground, you know, we won't be slipping and sliding too much, but it's 35 degrees. It's just a beautiful day out there today. And now we're going to be taking a look at what's going on out there today. It's around 46 in St. Louis, 35 in Des Moines, 39 in Chicago. And those temperatures are dropping in the northern part of the Midwest, 31 in Fargo and 17 in Winston. Now we're going to be looking here at our temperature changes. Now here in Quincy, Illinois, it's not going to drop too much, but in and around it is going to be a little bit colder, as you can see with the dropping temperatures within more inland of the Midwest. Finally, we're going to take a look at our 3-day forecast, where it's going to be mostly sunny today, 40 being the high, 25 being the low. It's going to be cloudy, 48 being the high on Saturday and Friday. But throughout the week, we're going to be seeing those clouds with sun being a little bit of a chance. But now we're going to be taking a look at this beautiful picture that Shane McAdams, QUTV's own, took a picture of just the other day of a beautiful sunset right outside Padua Hall. You can see those beautiful rays of light beaming on us before those clouds come in and make it a little bit cloudier, so we won't be able to see those beautiful sunsets.
Yeah, you know, I'm definitely going to miss those sunsets, but they'll be coming back pretty quick here. You never know when the sun just might poke its head out.
Yeah, I'm not liking this cold weather, but being back from Michigan, I guess it's a little colder there, so this will do for now. But coming up, if you are a freshman or sophomore wondering how those upperclassmen balance school and sports, stay tuned. After the break, Bailey Grubel joins us in sports with the story.
An oncologist is a cancer doctor. An MRI is a magnetic resonance imaging. Neuroblastoma is a cancer that mostly affects kids.
Do the kids in your grade know these words?
Probably not.
Why do you?
I was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, but I don't have cancer anymore, and so...
Wait a minute, are you cancer-free?
Yeah.
Serving the nation's poor and vulnerable regardless of faith, and advocating on their behalf, we are Catholic Charities.
Welcome back. Tennis is taking over intramurals.
Bailey Grubel's here in the studio to serve you up with the latest in sports.
Thanks, guys. The newly revamped JV tennis team is now a free club on campus. The Intramural Tennis Club had their first meeting on March 4th. Players received free rackets and also hands-on learning from Coach Schuring and Coach Marceau. Participants were hand-fed balls before working their way up to the ball machine. The club plans to play nearby schools a couple times in the spring and fall. The club is free and open to any interested players.
You can be any level, so you don't need to be a high school player that came to QU. You can be a beginner, intermediate, novice, never touched a racket, or played a lot in high school on your varsity team. We'll have something for everybody.
The tennis club plans to meet 3 times this spring, and the next 2 meetings are March 21st and March 23rd. 6 players have already signed up, and the first 20 receive a free t-shirt. If you're interested in joining the Free Intramural Tennis Club, contact Johann St. John or head coach Schuring. One of the toughest things for a student athlete is finding that balance between schoolwork and also their sports schedule. Check out the upperclassmen that I got to talk to and see what their solution is.
The best athletes to lean on for advice are those who have been in school long enough to find a good balance between academics and sports. It's not the easiest thing in the world keeping up with homework, tests, and assignments while on the road.
I have a planner that looks like a crazy person writes in it because every second of my day is outlined and planned, and I reward myself with naps. So that's probably the best thing that I've done for myself.
Organization is key. Student athletes all agree that organization comes first before leaving to travel or for a big weekend coming up.
In the future, try not worry about things that bothered you in the past and just, live from moment to moment, not trying to worry about silly little things that have affected you on the soccer field or, on the basketball court. Just, everything's different. Every day's different.
The best advice student athletes can give is to stay calm, know that you have a team of people to lean on for help, and trust that things will get easier as the years go on.
Sports recap, Quincy baseball had a successful run against McKendree University, defeating them 3 out of the 4-game series. In Game 1, Troy Wade was the big hitter who helped lead the Hawks to a 6-4 victory, finding 2 home runs in the 3rd and the 5th innings. Wade finished the game going 2 for 4 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Game 2 and 3 both held on Saturday as well for success, found more Hawk victory after they won 4-3 and then 9-1. The pitchers led the team Saturday morning when starter Riley Martin left the mound with 7 strikeouts and only 3 earned runs, followed by Jack Whitholm, who threw 3 strikeouts with 10 at-bats, and then lastly Cole Crawford, who came in to close the game for his 2nd save. Game 2 Saturday, 3rd in the series, brought more big hits for the Hawks as J.C. DeMurray tripled to left center in the bottom of the 5th, right before Matt Hilmes homered in the 6th. Exhaustion set in for Game 4 when the Hawks finally fell to McKendree 4-2 in extra innings. It was in the top of the 10th when the Bearcats scored 2 runs off of a pair of singles and a pop fly that scored the game-winning runs. Softball had a weekend split going 2-2 in the UIS softball tournament. Friday, the girls lost both games in the University of Wisconsin Parkside, first 5-4 and then 10-0. They responded Sunday, defeating Purdue Northwest in both games, first 4-3 and then 9-8. Lastly, men's volleyball played last Saturday against Cardinal Strick University, losing 3-1. But then on Tuesday, they faced Lindenwood University in Pepsi Arena, losing 3-1, finding that victory set in set 3, 25-21. Anthony Winters led the Hawks with 11 kills, followed by Jacob Sheets, Thane Van Fleck, and Shane McAdams, who got 7 kills on the night. I mean, 7 kills, that was a good way to start things off, I guess. You have a lot more coming up, I'm assuming. Hopefully, well, I guess it's nice for an indoor sport with you guys. You guys don't have to worry about the weather. But
yeah, weather plays no part in our schedule. We play no matter what. Definitely, though, after all this time playing this season, I think we're all ready for a nice little spring break here.
Oh, I totally agree. I'm so ready for just relaxation, no schoolwork, especially, kind of a break from practices, too.
Or catching up on it if you're behind.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Stay tuned to see where your fellow classmates are heading this spring break.
It isn't a building. It isn't an arena or field. It isn't a classroom. It's a friendship. It's the bonds you form. It's an opportunity. It's the experience. It's a Q thing. Schedule your visit today.
Miss Lee, this is Agent Williams from the tax office. Our records show an unpaid balance on your account. If you don't pay by end of day, you'll be facing jail time. Well, the fastest way to fix this is with a prepaid debit card. Can you go get one now? Yes, and we want to clear this up. If you just buy that prepaid card, put $400 on it, then call me back and read the numbers to me.
The moment they ask for a prepaid card is the moment you know something's wrong. Think before you send money. Learn more at scamowareness.org.
I witnessed him have 2 heart attacks in ICU. He went through seizures.
We'd much rather have Aaron like this than dead. A lot of parents don't have that luxury.
He can't talk. He can't walk.
This is a condition Aaron will live with for the rest of his life because he abused prescription pills.
Mind your meds. Learn more from the Partnership for Drug-Free Kids.
Everyone deserves a decent place to live.
Everyone.
Decent shelter is something we all need to thrive. Your support helps another family in your community or around the world achieve strength, stability, self-reliance.
Strength.
With a little help, we all have the potential to stand on our own. Through shelter, we empower. Visit Habitat.org to provide help to families like these today.
With spring break just a few days away, let's take a look at where QU students will be next week.
So what are you doing for spring break? I'll be staying at the Q student teaching. What are you doing for spring break?
I'm going to Washington, D.C. and moving my sister into her new apartment.
All right, so what are you doing for spring break?
This spring break, the QU volleyball team will be here practicing and getting ready for their games against St. Xavier and Eternity Christian this weekend.
Hey, so where are you going for spring break?
Other QU students and I are going on a mission trip to Texas to help with Hurricane Harvey relief.
I'm looking forward to spring break because it means no classes. So what are you guys doing?
I actually get to go to Chicago this weekend, so it's a quick, 2-3 day getaway, but I will take it, especially because I'm in desperate need of a quick break. So
a little mini vacation. Adam and I are on the volleyball team, so we have our whole spring break planned out already.
Here.
Yeah.
Up here in the cold Northwest, Midwest, excuse me. Anyway, thank you for joining us on QUTV this week. For Bailey and Adam, I'm Shane McAdams.
And I'm Taylor King. Find us on Twitter and now live on Facebook and YouTube for campus updates. We hope that you have a safe and enjoyable spring break, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.